With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And some space here. The 40. The 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Derrick Henry, 76 yards.
And the Falcons will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Right back to him on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Rolling to his left.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Hurts. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown. Keyshawn Johnson, 49 yards. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Graham Gano on for the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And it's caught in the end zone. So it goes for 2 points on the fake and gives them a lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Taken from about the 12. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. They'll try the right side with Henry. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. That pass was heavily defended on 3rd down, but you know what? He's one of the best in the league at body control, and he showed you why there.
So what that tells you is that the guy throwing the football understands his guys, doesn't he? Give them a chance, put it up there, and realize that even in a battle, they're more than likely to come down with the football.
What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
19 Tiger.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Culpepper. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
Sauce Gardner picks it off.
And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Under a minute to go. Clock running and a back-and-forth first quarter of play. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
They go play action with Hurts.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Hurts.
And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. A tight one. 8-7 our score after 1 on EA Sports.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
Flush to his right. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Really nice job there, showing the mobility, getting outside and creating something. I mean, that's good on any down. When you're going for it on fourth, that's a big play.
And it wasn't designed at all. Not a design play for him to bootleg out or get outside the pocket. That's just feeling pressure, knowing where to exit, and as you mentioned, finding the first down on a fourth down play.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Here's a diving catch right side. A very solid gain of 27.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Falcons are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
On 2nd down, Culpepper. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Off the option, here's Henry.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Off the option, here's Henry.
And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Off the option, here's Henry. Oh, he's brought down. Remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And Vinatieri's kick is good. And they stake claim to the lead here. It's 10-8.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen, go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. They'll throw now on the final play. Escaping the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This still anyone's contest, a 2-point game as we get back underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
On first down, Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. Deep ball, short ball. And that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
16 yards, a first down. Throwing is Hurts. This is caught. It's Brown. And they'll work this down inside the 30. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 53 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Third quarter of a 2-point game. A good one so far. Here's 2nd and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Touchdown! Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown as his guys are able to regain the lead. Had the option to hand that one off or run it himself, but instead a really easy quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
He'll drop to throw. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Harold Carmichael, 75 yards.
And the Falcons have retaken a third-quarter lead.
Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5.
Completes it to Carmichael out on the right side. Touchdown, Falcons! Harold Carmichael, his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Falcons will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And after the made field goal, here's Adam Vinatieri to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback.
From the 29, Hurts. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. A leap, and he's got it. He got it.
19, they'll throw on first down with Hurts. Out route, and it's complete to Brown.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up second down.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
As long as you've been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on first and goal.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And his guys are able to make this a close game again.
So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A first down carry for Henry. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line.
106 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown, Charles, with very little time remaining, boy, it just sucked any energy and momentum out of the other sideline.
Yeah, take an incredible comeback in the final minute to bring this one back to even. A great series there offensively. They saw an opportunity to slam the window shut, and they followed through.
There's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken from about the 12. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Now the elder statesman of the NFL, Adam Vinatieri, set to get us started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Room here to run.
And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20.
A big play there on the first play of the game. 61 yards that time on the ground. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Back to throw. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The fourth down pass play doesn't work out. And this defense holds firm here on the opening drive of the night. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They begin with Henry. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Henry. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Get ready. Let's go. Let's go.
Henry running right. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 47 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6.
A handoff, running left, Henry. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, Henry. Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Back now in Atlanta's second quarter action. The Falcons with the football. No score after 1 on EA Sports. They go with the option on 4th down, left side. And he will take it on for a Falcon touchdown. Dante Culpepper keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Falcons post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now back to throw.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun, it's Hurts.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Two 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And this is caught. Touchdown. Julio Jones. 51 yards. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Second and 15. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw here. He's going to go up top again.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again to Henry. And he's got room. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Derrick Henry taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Falcons will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Escapes the sack. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll set up a throw.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. He's going to pick up the 1st down and then some. Down the right sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15.
A big play there just before halftime. 61 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Delaney Walker in the final seconds of the first half. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. They go play action here on first down. On the move to his left. He's going to look deep for Edelman.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Fielded right around the 8. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. And finding Edelman underneath, that's a recipe for success.
Typical route for a good slot receiver, and Edelman's one of the best in the game. Knows how to go inside what one of my college coaches used to call the briar patch. Got to go in there where it's tough and make those tough catches. And not only can he do it, he can often run away from people after the catch.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
But from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll look to throw.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain.
So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spend in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And Walker has it.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown.
So this game tied at the half, but we are tied no more. A touchdown there on the opening sequence of this third quarter.
And what a great drive put together by their offensive coordinator. He had a plan, and they executed it almost to perfection, coming right out of the locker room. Now they're feeling good about their chances here in the second half.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fields this way up at the 17.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. Running left, it's Henry. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. The Falcons send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. This is caught. It's Julian Edelman.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
4th down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need. That's exactly what they got done.
Now, first down run with Henry that time as he maneuvers forward for about 4 yards.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. And the busy night for Henry continues. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. And they gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a give, right side. It's done. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. He'll look to throw.
On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain.
And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the night. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown.
What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Levante David.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They're going to look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Clay Matthews adding another sack to his impressive NFL resume. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Under pressure, and they got to him again. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Clay Matthews in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. That one looks like he'll throw here. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Was an exercise in futility anyway. It doesn't affect the final outcome, and this one's over. Well, an interesting finish to this one. They get in the end zone at the end of the game. Then they went for 2. It wouldn't have mattered. The game was over, but they didn't get that 2-point conversion.
I think trying to get the 2 points, that was for pride for them. But obviously the guys on the other side of the ball had some pride.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
There's Nick Folk ready to put this one in the air. And we are underway from Atlanta.
A fairly short kick from the 14.
And he's able to get this all the way to the 40 before going out of bounds.
When we spent our time talking to the coaches prior to the game, they emphasized that they wanted a quick start to begin things. Most of the time you think about that on the offensive side of the ball, but in this case, it's the special teams that provide that quick start.
The drive starts with a carry by Edwards.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
They'll run with a big back, A.J. Dillon.
And right away, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's going to take another shot here.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Aqib Talib.
And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 34. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he's got some space here. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20.
What did you see there on the defensive side? What allowed that good-sized run?
Well, they were in a cover 2 alignment, which means your 2 safeties are back away from the line of scrimmage. So if you can match up your blocking at the line, at the point of attack, there's usually some room, a big gap between that second level and third, and that's what they were able to exploit.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Again, it's Edwards. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. They'll toss it to Henry. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. We're scoreless after 1. Back now in Atlanta's second quarter action. The Falcons with the football. Zerline's kick is up and through. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
Here's 2nd and 8. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to try and go deep again.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by 2-time All-Pro Rodney Harrison. And the Falcons are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Steps away toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
They'll drop the throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth. On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Here's a 2nd and 7. Forced out to his left. Letting one go deep here for Gronk. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. He's going to let it go again. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And they'll send out their punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here's Edwards again on 2nd down.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
They run once more with Edwards. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. 98 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
So all of a sudden with that run, maybe now a chance for points here.
It's a total mind shift, isn't it? Because what you were saying before was, hey, let's just get out of here, get the half over with. Instead, we can get some points now.
To the right side, this is Edwards. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. A give for Edwards running right. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Gus Edwards, as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons will extend their lead here just before halftime. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead grows to 10-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Done.
They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Nothing is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he is going to be tackled at the 1-yard line. What a mess that was.
All right, partner, get that disapproving look off of your face. He did get it out to the 1-yard line. Yeah, I know. Wasn't the best play in the world. He's hoping his offense can bail him out.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Snatched by the safety, Ed Reed. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this 3rd quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fields this way up at the 17. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Atlanta, Georgia's the spot, and glad to have you along for the ride. 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Akeem Talib.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 127 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
They'll go back to Edwards on first down. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Gus Edwards
with his second touchdown of the night as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far, and that's great complementary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Charles Haley gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And now here is another interception.
Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Falcons are going to get it back here just past the 35.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going to air it out deep for Gronkowski. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Well, he's certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of all of them. Both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. And a diving effort, but only right at the line of scrimmage. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
They'll look to throw again. He's going to go up top again. He's got a man complete.
Well, that's something you haven't had to talk about much this game. A nice big play right there. But this team, overall, they haven't done a whole lot offensively.
Well, they're still sitting on the goose egg. We talk about defenses having pride in a shutout. This offense wants to get rid of that 0. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by 9-time Pro Bowler Ed Reed.
Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team, because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback
The challenge is in front of you. Do you accept it? I hope so. Keep the game on. Play the challenge. It's Solo Challenge, Madden Ultimate Team. Talk, all the hype, but the past is prologue as this Super Bowl is underway.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he returns this to the 22.
Play clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive. It didn't take long to see our first penalty of the game, did it?
We always talk about everyone wanting to get into the game in a hurry. The officials did as well.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3rd play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run left with Pollard. He'll get this to about the 38.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. They'll run for it with Pollard. And some room to roam now. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tony Pollard with a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that.
And the Dolphins are on the board first here in this Super Bowl.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's Edwards again on 2nd down. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the 2nd quarter.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running left is Edwards. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards there and a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
A first down carry for Henry. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Dillon now on 1st and 10.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Again, it's Dillon.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Two minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. They go with Edwards left side. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Dillon, they try the left side with him. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5.
Running right, here's Dillon. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Falcons are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl.
And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am, go ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace it.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. Here's Pollard again. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. On play action, they'll throw. Throwing left side, he's got Gronk, complete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl.
Taken from about the 12. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And through one half at least, this Super Bowl has been everything it was cracked up to be, all tied. What's your key for them, Charles, in the second half?
Simplicity, partner, because in the Super Bowl, with the extra time at halftime, I think some staffs get caught up in trying to design too many things. It's all tied up. They have to remember what they did to get here, put that back into play here in the second half, and I think they'll be all right.
And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. A handoff, running left, Henry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on fourth down. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Now Brady doesn't like the formation here. He'll take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now a give here to Pollard. 89 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. He will push his way down to about the 14. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Dolphins have moved out in front here in the final minute of the third quarter. Oh, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, they looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
From the 10. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down.
He's got a man, complete.
And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35.
It's a big play there for Atlanta. 47 yards.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
On 2nd down, another run for Dillon.
1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports.
And there's just 1 quarter that remains in this edition of the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now a handoff. Edwards.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 54 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there's another 1st down run right there.
Running left, it's Henry. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
On 2nd down, Dillon.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for the 1st with Dillon. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up 1st downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
They'll try and run for it. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Can you believe the decision to go for 2 here? For all intents and purposes, this play could decide the Super Bowl. They're going to try and run for it. And unable to convert for 2 points. They could have tied the game with a PAT. They gambled, and they trail by 1 here in this Super Bowl. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts.
There he goes left side. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tony Pollard with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Dolphins use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead.
He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And good coverage there on special teams as he'll get him down shy of the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
Going to run again here with Pollard.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
Now here's Pollard.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Tony Pollard with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight.
And the Dolphins are starting to pull away in the 4th quarter of this Super Bowl.
And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And that will get out of bounds, so that's definitely going to put a major crimp in any comeback plans they may have had. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Reggie White, what a force. Got back there for the sack. And the Lombardi Trophy has a home in South Florida. The Miami Dolphins are your Super Bowl champions. And their remarkable season ends in their most remarkable... With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board. And they're able to avoid that 3 and out. On 2nd down, it's Edwards. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Charles Haley in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. 81 yards. And the Falcons put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. The Bengals drive about to get going. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. The throw down the field, caught by his running back. On the move past the 40. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Bengals. Gus Edwards. 69 yards. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
7-7, our score after 1. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From the 10. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Here's Edwards again on second down.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. They run once more with Dillon. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
He'll buy some time right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. He's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And, CD, you know, sometimes you don't need those complicated game plans or the added wrinkles. Last time, now you think about it, couldn't have been any simpler. 1 play, 1 pass, touchdown.
I know those coaches put a lot of work into this game plan, but I don't think they mind possessions like that at all. They just save those calls for this possession instead.
On 2nd and 9, Vick. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A first down carry for Henry.
And he'll get this to the 32.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground.
And this will be a Falcons first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They gave it a shot with a deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
Incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
The Bengals bring pressure, and it's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. To get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. From the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On the counter, it's Edwards. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
Steps away to his left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
So a stop here defensively to start this 3rd quarter. Just what's needed in a tie ball game.
Yeah, good chance to build back some momentum on the defensive side of the ball. In fact, what they've done is give their offense a nice push in the back as they get ready to take the field.
Here's Jamie Gillen now. And remember, he had his first punt blocked. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Jamie Gillen now. On for his 2nd punt, and remember, his first one was blocked. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Bengals drive about to get going. Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a gain.
Here's Edwards again on 2nd down.
And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They run once more with Edwards. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now Mahomes. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
'Cause he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 10. Here's Edwards again on 2nd down. And now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag, punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They'll run the toss here. Edwards. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. To the right side, this is Edwards. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. There'll be some contact going on.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. The stopped in his tracks by Ahmad Gardner.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Dillon, they try the left side with him. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Again, it's Dillon. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. They find some open field here. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll run a toss here with Dillon. And he is going to lose yardage here. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout.
as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They go with Edwards left side. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Henry. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. To the football, it's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live and nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. He's at the 30, 10, 5, and that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th. So how about that turn of events? The field goal would have broken this 4th quarter tie. Well, the play broke the tie all right. Unfortunately, it was 6 points the other direction.
And to the surprise of absolutely no one, they came with the all-out rush because they had to at this point of the game. Not only did they get in there and block it, but how about the fortuitous bounce, and then it's off to the races the other way.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
From the 10. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Dancing to his left.
And he'll have a quick first down here as he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. That one checks all the boxes, doesn't it? You get the first down, check. Get out of bounds, stop the clock, check.
Well, how about one last check? Keep your quarterback from getting hit. That's a big check.
Yeah, check there as well. Good call. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
He's back to throw. Buying time to his left. He's going to let it fly.
Oh, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Bengals are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
Well, short of them returning it for a pick six, that was about the worst start you could ask for in this one because your advantage of getting the ball first is gone, and they're set up a short distance from your end zone. Now you're counting on your defense to prevent a touchdown, and your offense, you better be ready to come out swinging on the next series.
Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
First down. It's done, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
And score that one for one of the league's best. Jalen Ramsey getting the tackle for loss.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
They'll run with a big back, A.J. Dillon.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
A.J. Dillon,
a 23-yard run. And his guys have taken a first quarter lead.
So that a very nice-looking touchdown run.
And on his first carry of the game as well. And you remember, Brandon, we talked to him yesterday, and he thought he was going to have a big game. He thought everything aligned perfectly. He liked what the defense was presenting, and he really liked what he was getting from his blockers.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Levante David.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
And they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Edwards.
And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. First carry now for A.J. Dillon.
And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
They run again with Dillon. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and hold.
And that's caught inside the 35. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. 6-0 our score after 1. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon.
And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On play action, now Rodgers. And he's got his man on the out route. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Touchdown. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Here comes Rodgers now as he'll go for the 2-point conversion. Rodgers will throw for it. That is caught. He's got it. And the lead will move to 14-0.
So their second touchdown of this first half, they went for 2 after score number 1. Didn't get it. Now they get the equalizer, so to speak.
So to speak, and you can understand the thinking. Because they didn't get it after the first score, they wanted to get back to a normal points pattern, get up to 14. But just think if they missed it here, only up 12-0. 1 extra point on the other side could ultimately beat you if they score twice.